Take your team to new heights with training you can trust from CVTC. Unlock your team's potential with affordable seminars and customized training in topics like leadership, safety, manufacturing, transportation, and technology. CVTC is more than a provider. We are your partner for talent upskilling, licensure renewal, recertification, and much more. Discover the impacts that come with our training, from heightened productivity to enhanced teamwork and a commitment to a safer workplace. Visit cvtc.edu/workforce solutions to get started today.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Pablo Center podcast, Beyond the Stage. My name is Kathy Wright and I'm the Director of Talent and Programming here at Pablo Center. Here to tell you about all the things that happen on the corner of Gibson and Graham, outside and inclusive of all of our stages. And today I'm excited to tell you about one of our new art exhibits that's coming. And I'm always excited to have Erika Crotty sit with us today. And she is our gallery manager and in charge of all things beautiful here at Pablo Center. Hi, Erika.
Hi.
And today this is actually one of my favorite exhibits. I've only been here a year, so I don't have much, but this one is incredible because we don't talk about how good art can smell very often, but we're going to talk today about Fabulous Florals and fine art, right? Mm-hmm. And tell me a little bit about what is Fabulous Florals.
Yeah. It does smell wonderful. You are right. That's the first thing people notice. So Fabulous Florals, what we do, we open the art call open to the public, and they're going to submit their art. And we also ask for florists to speak up the opportunity to create something to go along with the art. So we select the art, and then we send it over to the florists, and the florists create a bouquet or an arrangement that goes with the painting. The tricky part is it's not a painting of flowers. It's a painting of a barn, or it's a portrait, or it's abstract and it's nothing. So they have challenges kind of set out for them based on what that art looks like that they receive.
And it really can be anything, right? So when you're taking a look at because the artwork comes first, right?
Yeah.
And then the floral inspiration comes second. So as you look through your art pieces and you and your team look at curating those the works that the florals are created from, what are you looking for in those? Is there anything particular, or is it really just something that catches your eye? Tell me about what that process looks like.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different every time as far as the approach that I'm going to take. But this year, we kind of opened it up to ask for some of our staff members to help make that decision. We always keep this in-house, and we wanted to really keep it in-house by inviting more people to have an opinion. This is one of not only the community's favorite events, but our staff. Everybody here loves it. They love walking into the gallery and smelling it and seeing it for even those 4 days that it's open. So kind of opening that door and letting them actually have a say was kind of important this year. So we had all the pictures laid out and a voting system, and then I kind of made the final call. But yeah, what I was looking for I always look for connections, right? Whether it's shapes or colors or maybe something, because all of this artwork is going to be in one room together. Mm-hmm. It's going to be next to each other. So you're going to try to find similarities, whether it's colors or line or pattern or underlying themes of nature or things like that. This one's a little bit more broad because we accept everything, right? We encourage everything, and the weirder the better.
So how many pieces are typically featured in this exhibit?
Usually we try for 20, but I always go up to 25 because I can't say no. I think we had about 80 pieces.
Yeah, the judging table was like overwhelming to, because like you said, you invited us to come in and take a look at all of the artwork and do some voting. And I walked in, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we had that all laid out. There's about 80 pieces, and then we kind of took some away over time and took more away over time, and until we kind of built that show of what we thought would look good together. Yeah.
Awesome. So 20 to 25 pieces, which means 20 to 25 florists.
Yes. Yeah. And we have 6 florists and 3 to 4 independent florists. So a lot of these florists are taking on multiple pieces.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then an independent florist is just somebody who wants to create on their own. They might go to a florist and order the flowers, but they're going to create, maybe it's a hobby or something they do on the side. They don't necessarily have a brick and mortar storefront.
Exactly, right? And it's a chance to create art 3-dimensionally, right? So maybe they didn't have any ambition to submit a 2D painting for the wall. Maybe they wanted, this was always their goal, was to create something to go with that too. So we've seen both.
And it's really incredible. I think that's what was so surprising about it for me last year. My first time experiencing it was really looking at how that florist interpreted the art and how they looked at creating this really incredible complementary piece. And so, I live on the music side of our building, and so to see how that's interpreted and created and put together is really incredible. And they use all kinds. I mean, we talked about florals, right? But they've used all kinds of. Basically, it's anything that used to be alive, right? As far as what they can use. Are there kind of restrictions or rules on what they can use in those? I'm going to call them the vases in the display. Like what?
Yeah. There's one rule that's outstanding, that you can't have any fish. There was a year where somebody,
I feel like that rule is there for a reason.
Yeah, right. One year someone put a fish in the vase. But yeah, so I like to keep it open. I think rules are meant to be broken. I kind of live by that. But we try to have all the arrangements be living, where maybe it's like 10% or less that are not living, maybe dried flowers or something else that they're going to throw in there. We don't want them.
Turkey feather.
Right, feathers or things like that, for sure. Anything that's typically found in nature is usually encouraged. Yeah. And it's interesting because sometimes people, they are going to try to exactly represent what they're seeing, right? And then other times they're going to be a little bit more fluid and open and try to create maybe a bouquet that you would maybe find at the store, but it's very extravagant. Where other people are trying to mimic that portrait in the actual display, which is really fun.
I love because it's completely open to where the artist wants to take the work. And tell me about the reaction of the person who made the two-dimensional art, who made the painting or the photograph or whatever they're working off of. Is it interesting to see? Because they don't necessarily know each other, right? Like if I had the painting and I was selected, I don't know the florist. We don't talk. I don't know what you were thinking on this piece. And so is it really fun when the two artists come together and see kind of how one created inspiration off the other?
Yes, for sure. And I know that that's a big goal of the florist when it comes time for the reception, which is on Friday of the show. We could talk about that later. That they want to have that conversation. They want to meet that artist because that's the time that they do. It doesn't always work out for all the artists to be there during that time. So I know sometimes that conversation doesn't get to be had, but I like that mystery between it. Maybe they don't ever meet. I do have a lot of florists that maybe push me like, hey, can you tell me a little more? Can you send me another angle? Can I come see it in person? They're trying to see if they can get a little bit of an advantage.
So what does the florist receive? They just receive a picture of the art. Picture. So they might not know the size. Do they know the size? Okay.
Yep, they'll know the size. Yep. But it's just the one picture that we would have got for the submission. That's all they have to work on.
Oh, and is it always I would call it flat art? Is it always something that, or is it sometimes like a pottery piece?
Yeah.
Or
yep,
interesting.
We accept all of it. We didn't get a ton of 3D submissions this year, but I believe there are 2 or 3 3D pieces, and that is always interesting because they're on a pedestal. They're both on a pedestal. When it's on a wall and a pedestal, that visually makes sense to us in our brain. So when you have 2 pieces on pedestals next to each other, just trying to make them look good together, that's just a challenge, and I love that challenge.
And talk a little bit about move-in day, because that is there's flowers flying, petals everywhere. So what does the process look like for you? You have the pieces selected because we do. I mean, the gallery is always active. So, right now, well, before we're done here, we'll talk a little bit about what's happening in there currently in the gallery. But do you shut the gallery down for a couple days, and how long? Tell me about what it looks like from bare walls to gallery open.
Yeah, that always depends on the previous gallery that was there, right? Of how much work you need to do to repair and get it back to a blank slate. But we'll have the gallery closed for about a week, and then we'll have a week with just the paintings, and then we'll have those 3 days that the paintings will be up, and then the florals will move in. So we're progressively becoming more strategic about the process. So to bring down the chaos, because on move-in day with those florals, I mean, it's precious cargo,
Especially if it's cold out.
Cold, they're traveling from all around town to get them here. So yeah.
I have a question. When you said that the paintings hang for a week, so is the gallery open with just the paintings? No, that's just for Erika's eyes only.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So it takes you about a week to get everything kind of hung and put together.
Yep.
Then our florists come in. How long do they have to put together that piece in the gallery? Do they have a couple days, or
they're gonna put it all together before they get here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. So they have their notifications now. So they've had about a month. They'll have about a month to brainstorm and plan. And then obviously that's a challenge of when to order the flowers. You can't order them right now. So they have to time that out there as well.
And they have to have something that can be beautiful for 5 or 6 days,
Right.
which not everything can be gorgeous that long.
Right.
I know. And even keeping everything alive.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's why there's no more fish, right? I can't keep any animals alive, only plants. So you're, and the florists kind of stop in too and tidy up.
They do. Yep. We ask them to come and water their plants if they'd like to, and come check on them. I know last year we had somebody who used lilacs, which were beautiful. And yeah, right.
No wonder it smelled so good in there.
But they don't last long. So they came and they put fresh ones in, which is just fine to do as well. Yeah.
And is this a judged? Is there a winner, or is this just something that's displayed?
Oh, there's a winner.
Oh, there's a winner. Okay.
But it's all public vote.
Oh, fun. So when I stop by and walk through the exhibit, I'm going to get a little voting card, and
Exactly.
I'm going to get to, how exciting.
Yeah, and there's a couple different categories you can pick from, best pairing, best painting, best arrangement. And we might be introducing a couple new ones this year. So
awesome. So I know this is always like asking about your favorite child, but is there a pairing that's really stuck out to you over the years that just you thought was incredible?
Yeah, I think that there's been a couple years where there's been like a fabric piece, like felted piece, whether it was last year's coming to mind with the lion.
Oh yeah.
Right, with the felt, and it was like a 2D, 3D piece coming off of the wall. And so it was a 2D, 3D kind of hybrid there, and then the floral arrangement was right in front of it. And it just worked so well together. And maybe it was because of the similar shapes in the two, and just the conversation that they both had with that piece coming off of the wall and the flowers coming out of the vase, Mm-hmm. But that one was just from last year, but that one really sticks out.
That one was really cool.
Yeah.
I only have 1 year of seeing this, but I do I do remember that. As soon as you brought it up, I'm like, oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. So, and this is really, our galleries typically will be active for 4 to 6 weeks when you put something in it. So this one is incredibly unusual because the gallery's really only open for 4 or 5 days?
Right. Yeah. It's only for 4 days. And people always kind of question that, or, it's a sad thing, it can't be open longer, but I always take it as an opportunity just to remind you that everything's temporary,
right?
Fleeting, everything's fleeting. So cherish the moments and cherish the beauty when you see it in front of you. And I also encourage people to come by, if you can, every day that it's open, because the flowers do change a little bit every day.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the galleries, our gallery hours are always 10 to 2, Monday through Saturday. And I think we have some extended hours, don't we, for florals?
Yep. On Sunday, we'll be open from 10 to 2 as well.
Nice.
Yep. And then we have shows Friday and Saturday. So we'll be open later in the evening as well.
So Friday is the kind of the gallery open, right? Where a lot of our artists and our floral artists and our art artists.
Yes, exactly.
We'll all be there. And then will you reveal kind of the winners will be chosen that evening then as well?
No, we keep the votes open all weekend.
Oh, that's right. It's fan voted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that.
I know. I think people would like to have that be known right away, but we keep that open. And usually we're counting 1,000 votes on Monday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Friday the 27th will be the kind of official reception hour from 5 to 7. But there won't be awards given. It's just open house. Hopefully the florists and the artists get to meet each other and the community can all come together.
I went to, when we did the Confluence of Art exhibit, that was really my first artist reception. And there was so much incredible energy in the room. I loved every minute of it. So I can't wait for Fab Florals. So if you have an opportunity to join us on that Friday night, it really is kind of a magical night.
It is.
As everybody celebrates and everything is unveiled for the first time. And like you said, then come down Sunday afternoon and spend a little bit more time maybe with the exhibit, but also seeing how it may have changed in
Right.
48 hours.
Yeah.
So, and it is one of those exhibits that we can't have more than one weekend because flowers die, right? It wouldn't be quite as nice the next weekend.
Yeah.
So gosh, there's a ton of challenges with this one, and even just climate control.
Yeah.
Understanding, obviously the galleries are already pretty climate controlled, but making sure that, the heat is just right in the room, or it doesn't get too warm or too cold, or
Right. Or you put 100 people in there at once, it can.
and the flowers are like, no,
Yeah. All the oxygen's gone. Yeah.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
And tell me, because right now you have something that's really special to you in our gallery. Can you
right
talk?
now?
Yeah. So right before Fabulous Florals opens on March 26th, you have an exhibit in there now. Can you tell us about our exhibit that's in there now?
Yeah. It's called Double Double, and it's an exhibit that I had asked a couple professors that I had in college to come back and do a show for. When I took this job, Monica had asked me what's important to me, and what's something that was monumental to me, and just thinking about that, art school was pretty important. I may have hated it at the time, but looking back, it was incredible, and being surrounded by all of the creative energy. And these two professors really made that special. I had a problem with authority, right? I didn't want anybody telling me what to do. And they're like, yeah, we're not the ones. Your anger is displaced. And they just made a lot of things make sense for me. And I'm really excited to have them here. The art talk is tonight. So they'll be back in town tonight. So I'm excited to see them and reconnect with them. They're a couple of really good guys.
And where was art school for you?
Oh, St. Cloud State.
Oh, wow. Oh, so not even local.
Not even local.
Oh, that's incredible. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. So they're coming all the way down. They'll be here. It's February 20th that we're recording this. So they'll be here tonight. And what a cool experience for you to be able to kind of reconnect with them. And you can be like, look, I'm all grown up now.
Right? Yeah. One of the professors is just like, so this is a pretty cool job, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. He's like, you landed a good one. So he's been really, really great. He's given me some good advice. So yeah.
There's a Broadway show right now called Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now. That's what I kind of feel
That's
like.
what it sounds like.
I know, like, yeah, look at you all grown up and good. Because really, curating the art here at Pablo is obviously a huge part of your job, but also your passion. Mm-hmm. And it's so great to see that, because the flip side of your job is that you handle artist hospitality for us. So, you might be running to get a case of IPA beer and chicken wings for an artist on a Friday night. And on Saturday, you're curating this incredible exhibit in our art gallery. So there's like these two Erikas, right? Yeah. But I think what's so fun is that you're so passionate about both of those parts of your position here.
Yeah.
And we've actually been able to bring in an assistant. She started as an intern with us.
Yay.
And can you tell us a little bit about Sam's journey with art?
Yeah. Sam just graduated from Stout, and it's been fantastic. She really likes to do all the parts that I definitely need help with, as far as computer parts and all the technology, the emails and the label making, and all just the fine details. I'm a painter, I'm artistic, I'm messy, and she's fine tuning all of that. And it's really great.
She's the yin to your yang.
Yeah, she's been really great. Just on top of stuff. Yeah.
And she, in gallery management, really is where she wants to end up as well.
Yeah, and administration. So, yeah.
And it's so fun for us. We talk a lot about, I think Scott actually gave me the term a year ago that we're a learning lab, and we're constantly having these incredible students come through our building, and having the opportunity to expose them to things. And, 5 years ago, there wasn't this opportunity to be part of a 3-gallery building, and have that internship and get that real life experience. And I think one of her big jobs was inventorying all of our art. And you're like, I would rather have all of my teeth removed. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm going to make a spreadsheet, and there's going to be pictures. And, so understanding really you do need both components of that.
Yeah.
And, we have got some interns right now. One is arts administration, Owen, and he sits in our talent buying meetings every week. And we get done with him, and I'm thinking, he's so confused. And then he asked me like 12 really good questions. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. So I love that we're able to even bring in the art students, both from UW-Eau Claire and Stout, into our building and give them that real world experience that, maybe they thought they had to go to New York or major cities with huge art, collections.
Right.
We've got that right here, which is really cool.
Right. It's an amazing opportunity. And as much as I think, maybe out of school, you'd have to take some crappy jobs and struggle a little bit. If you have an opportunity like this, take it. It's an incredible place. It's an incredible place to find. I always tell people and artists that you will find your people. It might take some time, but you will find them. And I feel like we found our people at Pablo.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think what's so interesting about you too is that you take your art on the road a lot. So, you spend your summers really creating art at music festivals.
Yeah.
So how does that, because you have this job, right, that requires like paperwork. And so you have this whole other side of you that you can curate that creative side.
Yeah.
So talk about some of what you're doing at festivals and throughout our community personally with your art.
Yeah. Well, I have to have 12 things going on at once. Otherwise it doesn't make sense, right?
No.
So
Nope.
I love doing the art in the summer. The festival art is so much fun. I love engaging with the people that are watching.
Because it's live art, right?
Art,
like you're doing art in front of others.
I've done both, but I do love the live art. I love talking to people. I love the people snickering in the background in a positive way. You know what I mean? Maybe they're drinking beer and they're saying, "How did she do that?" And they come up and talk to you, and I really enjoy that. What I've been doing at Blue Ox and In the Pines is more installation art, which is something I haven't done since college, but I've really, really been enjoying it. And that's just more of, instead of painting on a 2D thing, I'm creating something in space, right? So I'm using the trees to create a sculpture, and I'm using the environment around me to create something. So I've got so many good ideas for this year. I can't wait. I hope she says yes to all of them, and then I can do 4.
It's the Erika exhibit.
Yeah, right. You only have to pay me for one.
Right. And I think that's, as we look at Eau Claire and its evolution, and, obviously we talk a lot about that here is, even a decade ago, you didn't find murals out on our buildings and you didn't find live art in our community. That was something I just learned when we did our Reverb Festival. I think were you one of our artists year one in Reverb?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they're like, let's do live art. I'm like, I don't know what that means. So, it's such a cool, it's such a cool thing for us to watch that evolution in our community of what public art looks like, and even just the ability to see it live, and from Chalk Fest to our all of our murals, our sculpture tour, and then what we do in our galleries here.
And it seems like the public likes it, right? They like seeing that at the community. I think that's why the festivals ask for it, right? Or want it, is because it's engaging everybody. It's engaging all their senses. They're there to see music, but they're opening their mind to seeing something else,
Well, art creates such an immersive experience. I think, you go to the festivals for the music, which is incredible, but then what do you do when it takes 45 minutes to an hour to change a stage over? I know that. So what are you doing on the in-between? And even just walking through something to really put your mindset and to kind of get your body and your mind in the feel for the music you're going to take in. And, I think Blue Ox has done an absolutely incredible job of making that weekend so immersive, through art, through art, physical art, but also even just, the yoga and the hula hooping and the fire girls and, all the different things that create something happening all the time that's different for everybody. And I think if you had to list all things that could be art, they're happening in the Pines, which is probably why you love it so much. Like all your, like you said, find your people.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we know we've got Fab Florals coming up at March 26th to the 29th here at Pablo. And are you sharing what's after Fab Florals?
I can.
Yes.
The next exhibit is Holly Jacobson and C.V. Peterson. And they are, I believe it's opening April 20th to June 14th. April to June. It's called Altered Landscapes, and I'm a huge fan of their art, so I'm very excited to see it all come together and to see the collaboration between the two. I'm not sure if they've worked together like this closely in a whole gallery like this, so I think it's just going to be really, really cool.
And I think what I love about our gallery, something we started last year, is we started opening on Saturdays in the summer, which is so great.
Yeah.
So as you're downtown and you're doing the farmer's market and your Saturday coffee, and downtown is magical in the summer. We know that. And so, just walk through Pablo. We're open 10 to 2. You can come through. You can take in all of our galleries. There are 3. So our Hansen Gallery, which we've talked a lot about today, which is where a lot of, your big exhibits take place. But tell us a little bit about the other 2 galleries that we have.
So we've got Faust Gallery, which is on the first floor. It's a long corridor, kind of down a long hallway. And we just actually installed a walker hanging system there to professionally hang our art and help us not have to constantly repair the walls. So I'm very excited about that. And then upstairs on the second floor, we have the Laura Beasy Gallery, which we feature our permanent collection, and we kind of build shows and rotate that around as well.
And that's is Islands of Brilliance just outside of Beasy as well?
Yeah,
that's part of the Beasy Gallery.
Yeah.
Yep, That's right. And I know right now there's this incredible snowboarding picture that's up there, and I walk by it every day. It's beautiful. But the Faust Gallery, which is our walking gallery on the first floor, the walker hanging system, for those of you that aren't in the art world, Erika used to be down there with a hammer and nails hanging every piece of art. And now this system actually it's almost like a track system, right? So you can hang the mechanisms you hang with are permanent on the walls, and then you just put the art on it. But it has all different you can do different heights and
different heights. There's different hooks and different poles that we can adjust and hang all sorts of different things on.
Yep. So we were thrilled. The walls were completely restored back to their beautiful, pristine condition.
And they're going to stay that way.
And now they're going to stay that way. Erika doesn't want to see any more putty or anything for a very long time. Well, this is awesome. And again, Fab Florals is going to be starting March 26th. And we encourage you all to come down and see it. It's an incredible exhibit in a very short period of time. But it is one of our favorites here at Pablo. So hope you all can come down and see it and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Erika.